Hi guys, and welcome to the State of Crypto, your one-stop source for all crypto-related news. I'm your host Martin, and this is episode 67. What will happen with Bitcoin? XRP's strong uptrend, and Binance unveils the 8th phase of lending. Hey guys, how's it going? Hi Benny, how's it going? Hi David, how's it going? And Free TV Addict, thank you for tuning in, man. I really appreciate that you guys are showing up early, man. You're actually showing up right on time, right? I started the stream. That's amazing, guys. And John Smith, wow, everyone's tuning up, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Now, guys, if you're catching this stream live, welcome as always. And if you're catching the replay and have any suggestions for us, please let us know in the comments below. Now, if you want to keep up to date with the latest crypto-related news, make sure you subscribe, you hit that like button and that bell so you're notified when we go live. And if you want to keep on chatting with us once the stream is on, you can join us on the Discord. The link is in the description. Guys, first of all, I want to apologize to some of you. I didn't post some stuff on Twitter. I did send it to as a direct message to Benny. Hey, Crypto, how's it going, man? Thank you for being here. I sent her as a direct message to Benny when the market was developing stuff, and I just forgot to retweet it to everyone else. And I also didn't post it up on the Discord. I was a little bit busy with work, and I just basically was replying to whatever I could at that point in time. Anyways, let's get on to the news. If you were here yesterday, you know that what we talked about for XRP kind of played out just like we talked about. And then what we talked about for Bitcoin also played out. So again, if you were here, you're probably informed, and you were probably able to make some money on that, right? Anyways, let's get on to the news. I like the intro for this article, right? It starts with a really nice, and this article, what I read out of this article, is just gonna be straight out of the article. I did like it a lot the way it was written, so I didn't want to change it very much. It starts with coffee. It's a beverage of medical reputation in parts of the cryptocurrency community. It has the power, when purchased with cryptocurrency, suddenly renders that currency a commonly accepted medium of exchange for all purposes, leading to the collapse of the central banking systems and possibly the state itself, or not. I buy my coffee with Dash, says the author. Quite a few have bought theirs with another form of cryptocurrency, yet this has not significantly moved the needle forward towards adopting crypto as a new payment system. It is a great step, but people just aren't lining up to get cryptocurrency so they can spend it on their favorite caffeinated beverage. And that is very true. You're not buying crypto just so you can buy coffee, right? Something is clearly missing on how mass adoption is being approached. Now, you want to buy the house with Bitcoin? Yeah, someone did that, man, and they actually were regretting it afterwards. We actually did an article on that. Now, what is needed for cryptocurrency to build real adoption and regular economic use is to identify strong deficiencies in the current economic system and target them aggressively. These can be any of the situations where the paying experience is poor, from like chargeback and expensive fee industries such as online gaming, and remittances areas with cryptocurrency problems such as hyperinflation plagued nations in South America, Africa, or elsewhere. In these areas, there exists a significant enough gap where the experience of paying with fiat currently and legacy systems is using cryptocurrency to warrant a change, right? Like stuff like sending money back and forth, Ripple's kind of solving that already, right? So, I mean, even though I like what the article says, it is not 100% there because there's some stuff that's already being addressed, right? Now, I didn't really good to buy a house. At the moment, I can only buy other crypto. Man, that's fine, man. Don't worry about it. Look, some dude had, and I'm going to quote this up top of my head. If I remember the article correctly, some guy had 800 Bitcoin. He actually sold them, bought a house with that, right? And then when he sold his house, he bought it in 2015. He sold it in 2018. He could only buy, 50 Bitcoin back, right? And then he was saying that the only thing he regrets is having sold his Bitcoin because he would have been able to buy many more houses with that, right? Anyways, in a mass adoption scenario where people will buy their coffee with crypto, in fact, they can use it for that and any other similar day-to-day regular purchases, adoption will fall flat on its face. They'll simply go for it as a secondary effect of already having gotten on board for a much more specific purpose. Get your decentralized digital cash to send remittances, use what you have left for regular purchases. Eventually stop acquiring fiat because you don't need it for much anymore. That's how the model works. Now, I do believe that what they are proposing, right, the author of the article is saying, it does make a lot of sense, right? Just because it gets accepted as a means of payment for Burger King doesn't mean it's going to have, everyone's going to go buy Burger King with crypto, right? Just whoever has crypto will have it, right? It does help to get the word out there, but it does not drive adoption to the masses, right? Now, using it to send payments, right, as a medium of exchange, right? Imagine being able to pay your taxes with crypto, right? Or sending money to your grandparents, or your grandparents sending you money with crypto, right? That would be freaking cool, and that could certainly drive out for more adoption than just buying stuff with crypto, right? Anyways, anything that brings adoption, I guess, slow or fast, it's good for everyone, right? Anyways, this article, right? International exchanges campaign against UK crypto derivatives ban, right? Save crypto, hodl. Hold, actually. You actually wrote hold, not hodl. Okay, that's good, man. Yeah, hold crypto. I do agree. I much rather keep my crypto and trade it back to fiat and back and forth than actually spend it to buy something, man. Because then if that goes up to like a lot of money and I kind of spend it on the coffee, and then imagine that guy that bought pizzas, right, for like 10,000 Bitcoin, back when it was worth like, I think it was $40 worth, right? And he bought like a pizza, right? He didn't want to order it. He just wanted someone to bring it to his house. He probably got like, he's probably like hitting himself in the head for having bought 10,000 Bitcoins of pizza, right? Anyways, global exchanges are begging the UK's financial conduct. Yeah, probably. The first purchase as a test? Yeah, probably. Anyways, the global exchanges are begging the UK's Financial Conduct Authority. Yeah, we have an English guy here, so you can probably tell us more. To not ban the sale of cryptocurrency derivative assets. Now, cryptocurrency-based derivatives, right? The World Federation of Exchanges said today that there is no need, that there is a need to find a balance between innovation and keeping consumers protected. Reuters reported that bit right now, but it doesn't think banning cryptocurrency-based investment product is the right answer. Now, the WFE actually went on to say that the WFE recognizes the volatility identified by the FCA in its consultation report, and it is supportive of ensuring that proper consumer protection is put in place as a priority for any new and relatively untested products on the market. Now, in July, the FCA said that cryptocurrency-based derivatives and exchange-traded notes were ill-suited to retail customers who cannot reliably assess the value and the risk. Now, exchanges that are part of the WFEs are basically regulated, right? So the investors are protected. Now, the issues that are happening are with the unregulated exchanges offering cryptocurrency derivatives. Now, by banning these products, it immediately makes the act of selling them unlawful, and in theory should protect investors. But even the regulated exchanges will be affected if this happens, right? So they're trying to apply something that is going to apply to everyone, and they're not discriminating whether or not you're already taking the proper measures to ensure the safety of the investors, right? Anyways, according to Reuters, the FCA will announce the final rule changes in the early 2020. So we might get more news coming out from this, right? Anyways, let's go and look at the market. What is going on with the market, man? Yesterday, nice green day, right? Money flowing into the cryptosphere. Today, also gaining some, right? Yesterday closing at 214.35 billion. Right now, sitting at 217.71 billion, right? And still going up. Now, what is happening with Bitcoin and its dominance? Man, even though Bitcoin had price action to the upside, being positive, it lost dominance, and that is good. That means that the alts are having a better time, right? Not necessarily price action wise, they are having it that way, but this could potentially mean that the alts start to overtake again Bitcoin slowly and gain more strength on the market and maybe become a little bit more independent of Bitcoin's movements. Yesterday, it lost 0.44% of dominance from 69.15 to closing at 68.84, and right now losing 0.13, going down 9 points basically from 68.85 to 68.75, well, almost 10 points right now. That's it. Now we're going to go look at Bitcoin news, and then we're going to jump into the Bitcoin chart. I know you guys probably want to get that right, so let's look at that, right? Some 5 to 20% gains. Yeah, some did very nice, man. Ripple was certainly leading the charge earlier on. Anyways, before I actually go into something else, I do want to point at this article. I like it. It's not crypto related, but it certainly does drive the fact that crypto could become an answer, right? German lenders pass payment of negative rates to retail clients, meaning that if you have money in the bank, right, any bank, right, look, for example, the Berliner Volksbank, the country's second largest cooperative lender, started to apply minus 0.5 rate on deposits exceeding 100,000 euros, meaning that if you have your money there and you have 100,000, guess what, man? They're gonna be charging you to have your money there. Even if it's 100,000, they're gonna take money away from that. So right now, it's actually better to have the money sitting on your house than in the bank, because the bank is gonna take a chunk of that money, and that is just, man, painful, right? I mean, they already charge you with fees if you have under a certain amount of money. Now, if you have even over a certain amount of money, they're also gonna take a cut of that, right? And that's just sick, man. You know, that's not healthy. A lot of these banks have really large structures, overweight with personnel. I mean, they should just trim the fat of the structure and make a lean banking structure, and then they won't have that many expenses, and then they won't have to transfer you those negative rates, right? I mean, damn, it really sucks that this is happening, because in crypto, no one is gonna take money from you, right? Not this way. At least some of the exchanges are actually giving you money back, and that's the good stuff. Anyways, let's go. What's the article that I have for Ripple? It's this one. What's going on with Bitcoin? That's the article that I have for Bitcoin. Anyways, I like the answer of the article from the first person that they quote, right? Sabrina T. Howell, from assistant professor of finance at NYU Stern School of Business and NBER, right? This will create a system to 20s where people didn't trust the banks. Banks didn't recover until the 50s. Yeah, maybe, man. Probably. Now, anyways, this girl says her answer to what's going to happen with Bitcoin is, I have no idea. I believe that's the most honest answer anyone can give. No one knows what is going to happen with Bitcoin in the future, right? I mean, a lot of people have predictions as to what's going to happen, but no one really knows. And coming out and saying, look, we don't know, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it, right? Anyways, she states that Bitcoin faces many challenges widespread, like widespread use, including the fact that it can't just handle 7 transactions per second. I'm not sure how updated is this. With the Lightning network, it should be faster, right? Anyways, Visa can handle 10,000. However, if the main miners adapt a protocol update enabling higher volumes, it's not impossible that Bitcoin will become much more widely used. Now, Gary Hellman, head of research at blockchain and researches at London School of Economics, says that today owners of stable coins can earn 10% annual interest on their savings through various open finance or decentralized finance platforms. This is far superior to the minimums or even negative rates offered at many legacy banks, right? Now, that's where that other article was coming in, right? The one from Bloomberg, offering negative rates to people, man. That sucks. Anyways, also hits the nail on the head, right? If you let Bitcoin die, who collects it for you? Therefore, lots of debt and lost accounts will always go up. Yeah, no, necessarily, bro. If you die, there's probably going to be services, right? Like right now there's services, right? Where you can like go and store your Facebook data, email passwords, and etc. So in case that you die, your holder of information can give it to your family member of your choosing, right? You'll be like your will, but for technical data, right? So what will happen is if you die, maybe you leave your phone's account, your phone's access there, and maybe the address and the password for your wallet, and then that person, whoever you wish to give that to, can claim it for you. Does not necessarily mean it has to be lost, though you do have to come up with something like that on your will, or state it somewhere that that person's going to inherit that, and that the password, etc., it's in a sealed envelope, you know, whatever, notarized, and just give it to them so they can access the funds and then do whatever they want with them, right? I believe that's the way you could go. So that in case of loss, I don't believe it's just going to be lost up there, right? I mean, it could be, but anyways. Yeah. Anyways, James Grimmelman, professor of law at Cornell Tech, said Bitcoin will become Bitcoins, plural. There will be forks and fragmentation. Some of this will come from deep disagreements over technical decisions. Some of it will be drama and politics from inside the community, fueled by accusations of secret mining cartels, secret identities, and secret conspiracies. That I do believe that could happen, right? Right now, we're seeing it with Tether, right? Not with Tether, sorry, with Ethereum. They cannot agree, right? The miners and the developers. The developers want to put up the Istanbul fork, and then the miners are saying, no way, man, we already spent too much on these ASICs machines. We don't want to go ahead and change that, because then our machines might be useless and worthless, you know. So, you know, they are having these fights between the miners and the developers. Again, it could still happen again in the future, and you might get more forks. Anyways, Ghassan Karmi, head of security research group, NEC Labs, said as time passes, more users that are not miners seem to be more aware of the underlying concepts issues in Bitcoin. While the hype did not completely disappear, users seem to realize that 1. The cost of making payments in Bitcoin is not so low after all. 2. Bitcoin engine proof of work consumes more energy than expected. 3. Their transactions are not so private and could be linked to their profile. And 4. It is not as decentralized as desired, right? Few mining pools control the computing power. Now, mining pools will continue to push Bitcoin as long as it remains a profitable business. We kind of touched base on this yesterday, right? We talked about the halving event, how it's going to affect it, right? And we said, look, if the price of Bitcoin does not double, then the people are going to still spend the same amount just to earn half, and it's not going to be attractive, right? That happened to Litecoin, and Litecoin has not been able to pick up. Anyways, as long as this holds, pool might be willing to resist pressure from regulators, might even cooperate with national tax legislation, and might even agree on a framework that regulates their involvement in Bitcoin. Now, finally, the technology might mature, and we might see the birth of an eventual consensus technology that does not favor pooling and can effectively replace proof of work. That's all from the article. That's opinions from those 4 different people I just quoted. I do believe they're the best points that the article makes. Now let's go and look at Bitcoin on the chart. That's what you guys are here for, right? Let's see what's going on with Bitcoin, right? We are saying potential double bottom, right? Yesterday, which would be bullish. We're calling this bullish divergence, right? Slant, still within that same area or island of negative momentum, right? That's good. So we had bullish divergence on the daily and on the RSI. Right now, the day is just pumping up. That is fine. Nothing here to call, right? We are making higher prices than even the previous ones, right? So we are sitting at prices that we had. Well, maybe hitting prices of October the 3rd right now. Not recovered as good as Ripple. Ripple has recovered to prices of like the 24th of September, also almost the 23rd. But anyways, Bitcoin, what could happen, right? Anyways, right now, stuff that we could do, we're just trying to make positive momentum again. But we could keep on building it up, right? Maybe come and touch this 8,437. That would be good. Try to touch it as an area of resistance and try to break it. Now, I'm going to do something really quick. I just want to see where the 200 MA is sitting at right now. And I really do need to get this pro version of this. Anyways, we are going or racing towards that 200 MA. Still above that resistance of 8,437. We first have to break that before we can actually keep on talking about going even higher, right? Anyways, let's go back to 20 MA. I like that one better for the analysis. Anyways, about to get probably a dead cross, and it's not going to be pretty, right? It could potentially bring the price down. With Bitcoin, I'm not going to be bullish again until we're sitting above that 20 MA on the daily, or at least the 200 MA on the daily, right? We talked about the importance of the 200 MA. Being below it means we're in the bear trend. So until we get above, this could all be just a bull trap, right? Getting people in, and then the market might dump again. Why? Because we have not hit the measure move of the structure that we were in, man. That is still valid, right? And we have not hit we don't have to hit it, but we have not hit that 618 retrace. Again, that would be the price at 7,225, right? So again, we have those things that have not happened. We are seeing a pump. I'm good. I'm glad. Just be careful. I'm still not bullish 100% on Bitcoin, right? I'm still being careful. I'm not bearish, but I'm not bullish. I'm just undecided, right? I like that we broke above the mid part of the channel. We saw it as resistance a little bit. Let's see how this keeps on developing, right? Now let's go into the 4 hours, right? In the 4 hours, we also had some bullish divergence develop, right? We talked about it. There's too many lines here. Just ignore them. I think the bullish divergence was on the RSI. I have to clean this chart up a little bit more. Anyways, on the more short term, right? We're going high. We have not made higher than this, right? But anyways, if we were to go to this island, right? We'd be doing something like this. And then from here to here, right? And right now, we would be making hidden bearish divergence. So again, potential price continuation. However, this is still developing. This could get negated, right? This could go up and then potentially go up. And then, we wouldn't have that. I'm just calling it out so you guys can keep it in mind. I'm actually going to get rid of it. I do believe we're going to go a little bit higher. I'm not sure how high we're going to go. I do hope that if we go to this level of positive momentum, at least we get to this part of the channel. Then we could be more or less even, right, and not create any kind of hidden bullish divergence, maybe even go a little bit higher and negate it, right? Anyways, what else is going on with this, right? That's all I can see right now, short term, right? We're going with the market in the shorter term, right? And then from here to here, we're actually going lower. I mean, on the RSI, right? Like I'll do this again. I'll probably leave it up. It's probably gonna be healthy to have it up here. And on the RSI, you also have this, right? So you're going higher, right? And higher price, lower RSI, higher RSI, hidden bearish divergence, right? Price continuation. However, this is still developing. Just do keep it in your notes. And then let's go into the 1 hour, right? The 1 hour is a little bit more interesting, right? We're starting to pump up again. That's good. Impulse up, consolidation, impulse up, right? That's good. We did make a bull flag. That's fine. However, man, shorter term, right? Smaller scale, going higher, going lower, making bearish divergence, strong bearish divergence, price action to the downside. That's fine. We can get it. That is the first time we've developed it here. I mean, this still can go higher, right, and still make that divergence. That would be fine. We'll probably maybe, right? We can still go down, right? It could dip soon, Benny, but it could also dip a little bit, right? Make another small flag and then try to run up again, even with less positive momentum, and then gonna drop. Yes, I do agree. I believe it's gonna drop, man. Look, it's not unheard of, right? Look, we had it here. Run up, down sloping consolidation, run up, down sloping consolidation, run up, and then we kind of down sloping consolidation. We try to run up again. We were too weak by this time, right? And then we kind of broke down, right? From here to here, it could be just counted as one impulse, right? Just like we're seeing right now, one impulse, right? With this red candle there, it doesn't matter. We are making this consolidation part right now. It will be kind of congruent, right? Congruent. Then we're starting to pump up again, being this part here. You know, we're probably going to try to get there, you know, a little bit higher. We're not going to make it, right? That divergence is going to bring us down. Hey, William James, how's it going, bro? Thank you for tuning in. This might do that divergence, right? Bring us down again. We could try to run up, but then again, just being a negative momentum or something like that, and then we'll break down, right? I mean, we could still run up. Just because we're developing it for the first time does not mean we cannot develop it again. Just keep in mind that if this does play out and we start seeing price action to the downside, it could be that it already played out, or we could have it on a second wave again, right? Just like we saw back here on, when was this? September the 30th until October the 1st. So this was all in like September 30th at 3 a.m. and then going until like October the 1st at 11, right? So a little bit over 24 hours, right? It could develop something like this. Just keep in mind that just because it went up once and it's developed that divergence, here we developed it twice, two times. This one was actually here. I was leaving it up there just for illustration, but 1, 2, 1, 2, right? And then we could create on the bottom maybe some hidden bullish divergence. That means price continuation, meaning we're gonna try to run up again and probably fail. Just do keep that in mind, dude. I do think this is gonna drop, right? I'm just not sure if it's gonna drop with this one yet. Then again, you also have that divergence developing on the RSI, right? I'll just trace it for you guys to see. I'll put this where it's at. Even though it can keep on pumping up, you know, I'll leave it up for right now. That'll be it for Bitcoin, guys. I mean, sitting above that 20 MA, I didn't say all that on the other ones, right? Sitting above the 20 MA, you guys can see that. I say it all the time, but sitting above that 20 MA with volatility starting to decrease on the Bollinger Bands, less positive momentum, sitting over bought on the RSI at 71, you know, a lot of potential for us to try to go down and reset that also later. On the 4 hours, we were not. I thought we were sitting at overbought for some reason. We are sitting at bought, but not overbought, still higher. And, you know, we are not having that divergence yet on the 4 hours. It's just shown on the 1 hour. So also keep it in mind, right? And then on the daily, we're definitely not developing that divergence, and we're very low. We're still sold on the daily, right? We're just starting to make this positive Momo. Again, we might hit this 8,400 and be weak and we break down. Or if we break above it, which would be nice, we might struggle, right, and maybe bounce a little bit around there before we actually reset the oscillators and then try to run up again. You know, that could potentially also happen. Or, you know, we just burst through and then face resistance at the 20 MA and then we break down, right? If we go above that 20 MA, then I would certainly change my stance, even though I would have to look at the oscillators to see where things are sitting at. Anyways, let's go on to Ethereum. The Ethereum article is very short. You know, Peter Brand coming out and saying that Ethereum might have just bottomed against Bitcoin, right? Just like Ripple did. And we reported that, I think, yesterday or 2 days ago. And we were talking about the Peter Brandt, Brandtastic, or whatever it's called, SAR, or tool, that whatever they came out with, right? Anyways, he's saying that they bottomed, right, against Bitcoin. So again, Ripple bottoming against Bitcoin. This guy called the bottom on Bitcoin like a year before it happened, right? He said that's where the bottom's going to be. He called it out. It actually did happen. So again, this guy has over 40 years of trading experience. He's a well-known person. And he's saying that if he's calling the bottom, I do believe him, right? So he called it for Ripple, he called it for Ethereum. And that's potentially where we're seeing that Bitcoin is losing dominance and everyone else is gaining it, right? Again, that's probably good. That's the only article I have for Ethereum. There wasn't that many news on Ethereum today. Let's go look at Ethereum on the daily, right? Dominance, positive dominance yesterday, 0.97%. Right now, going up 0.55%. Sitting at 9.14%. Again, that's pretty good, right? Check out the 5-minute chart for a moment on Bitcoin. Yeah, I can go look at the 5-minute chart on Bitcoin, man. No problem. Why do I want to look at the 5-minute chart, man? What do you want me to do here, bro? I mean, here you would be making like slightly higher, right? And you would be making slant divergence, right? And then you have some divergence from here to here, right? That would be this to this, more or less, right? Yeah, a little bit higher, going lower. You think we topped on the 5-minute chart? I mean, I wouldn't go on the 5-minute chart, man. It's not as reliable, right? The smaller the time frame that you use, the less reliable the charts are, because then a lot of the technicals for swing analysis don't play as good. They still play, but you know, look at all this chop, right? Here, you would just start it to make divergence here. That's fine. From here to here, you're not doing anything. From here to here, are they the same height? No. You're going higher with more momentum. Here, you were doing like hidden bullish divergence, right? Price continuation. Again, the 5-minute chart, I wouldn't consider it a lot for day trading, right? Anyways, from here to here, you have some bullish divergence as well, right? So from here to here was indicator of price action to the upside, right? You also had it on the it's like I'm gonna do it here. There you go. On the RSI, you know, but I wouldn't look at the 5-minute chart, bro. Not for anything that is long term, right? This, I mean, look. This could be something like this, right? Some chop, you go down a little bit, like I said, then you try to rally up again. It could happen, right? Anyways, let's go into the 1-hour chart again. Like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to call it a top there yet. I'm going to wait for this candle to close and see what the next one does before I actually see if we already topped or if we're going to try to run up again, right? Right now, we're still making positive momentum, so that's all fine. Anyways, on to Ethereum. I think we're going to do Ethereum, right? So we're talking about Ethereum sitting at 9.12 off market cap. It was sitting at 9.15, I think, a couple minutes ago on the daily. Price of Ethereum, man, sitting below that 20 MA, got rejected, right? Rejecting higher prices. That's not good. Anyways, above that mid part of the channel, which is nice. What is going on? We kind of were breaking the downside here, but you know, it was one of those like kind of fake outs and reversed. Probably because Bitcoin started to pump again yesterday, and what was it like? Ripple started to pump, right? So Ripple kind of like rallied up the market a little bit. Here we don't have any divergence right yet. So again, starting to make that positive momentum just with this candle, and sitting neutral on the RSI at 50.65. Again, one indicator is orange on the chart. Which one? This one is a 20 MA. I have the 20 MA in orange, and then down here is the RSI. So I'm not sure which one you're talking about. If it's this line here, that's the 20 MA. Anyways, Ethereum. Yeah, on the daily, nothing I can call yet. We're starting to make that positive momentum again. We need for it to develop a little bit more on the top side. We're not making any kind of divergence, right? Oh, 20 MA. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just like the SMA, dude, the simple moving average, not the exponential one. Then the 4 hours, right? Let's go into the 4 hours. And the 4 hours sitting above that 20 MA, that's pretty good, right? We're kind of like, we have 3 white soldiers, then kind of took a rest. This is not necessarily good. You want to see more continuation happening, but still playing on, right? I think yesterday we called 3 white soldiers on Bitcoin, said it could potentially keep on going up, and it did. Anyways, this could potentially keep on going up a little bit more, but Bitcoin might stunt this growth. Still making positive momentum, sitting high on the RSI at 66.41. Again, stuff here, right, on the positive islands. From here to here going higher, and from here to here going higher. So again, you're going with the market, so nothing there. I'm not going to call anything on this one because we do have this island. I mean, we could go here and say from here to here going lower. And then from here to here going slightly higher. You would be making bearish divergence. However, it's a longer time frame, right? We're using the 20 MA. We're using the 9 for the simple, right? And 12 minus the 26 for the other one. So again, it's a larger time period, right? $20 MA, bro. The 20 MA and the 20 SMA are the same thing, dude. They're just the moving average, right? Simple moving average means you're not doing it exponential. It's just the way to differentiate it. The SMA and the EMA, right? The EMA being exponential, meaning that you give more weight to the newer price because it should have more relevance. And then on the on the SMA, the simple one, or just the MA, however you want to call it, you are just going with the same. You're giving the same importance to every price previously, right? So again, I'm going with the 20 MA or SMA, however you want to call it. If you look for a moving average, he'll tell you that they're simple and exponential. I am using the simple one though, so if that clears it up a little bit, I hope. Anyways, like I said, I'm trying to find something here. I'm not finding anything that is off. Particularly if we go from this island, right, we'll be congruent with the market. Again, and I wouldn't worry too much about that right now. Nothing on the RSI either. Now, let's go on to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, yes, on the 1 hour, man, we do have that divergence, right? It's clear as day. We're going higher on price. We're going lower on the Momo. And also we are going lower here on the RSI, right? So again, momentum decreasing with higher price. Relative strength decreasing with higher price. That is... bearish divergence, price action to the downside. We are starting to get that red candle. Again, it's congruent with what Bitcoin's doing in the shorter scale, right? Yeah, we don't have anything else that we can go on, right? Because we're on the top side. We're price action to the upside. We're waiting for those bearish signals that would say that we are going to break to the downside, right? Right now, like I said, we can break down a little bit, flag maybe. And, Ethereum could potentially try to run up again. Right, and then we'll see if we are strong enough, or we could just take a drop, reset the oscillators a little bit, and then try to make another run. Anyways, I am glad we are outside of this like BS that we had. That was for like a couple days. It was just dead, man. There was nothing in the market until yesterday. I mean, I'm glad Asia came in and started like moving the market, shaking the cages because it was really annoying, bro. Anyways, let's go on to Ripple, man. I do have news for Ripple. They're not very lengthy, man. They're just like, okay, this article, right, suggests that something that we already have discussed, Swell Conference, right, to be held in Singapore, will take place on November the 7th to the 9th. Apparently, it is bringing the uptrend in anticipation to Swell. We talked that could happen, right? I mean, still the 7th to the 9th, it's still far, it's still far away, man, over like, we're sitting at what, like the 7th, right? We're still a whole month ahead. So, I'm not sure if this is what started that, right? Although Ripple didn't have the technicals for that impulse, right? I'm not 100% sure that Swell anticipation is bringing that price action. Anyways, Ripple CEO Brett Garlinghouse is going to be on Fox tomorrow. I'm not sure what interview he's going to give. But also tomorrow, Anthony Pompliano is releasing his podcast from the interview he had with Brett Garlinghouse on Friday, right, for like 90 minutes. I do want to get my hands on that. I'm not going to buy his... I'm not going to be like a moon boy and go buy his subscription just to get at that interview, right? I'm going to wait for it to come on Wednesday, and I'll report on Wednesday. I know some people are going to probably report it tomorrow, and that's fine. I mean, I don't care, basically. I do care what he says. I don't care when it comes out, right? I'll still see it and listen to it, and then I'll just talk about whatever I think from it, right? Anyways, what is going on with Ripple, right? Ripple, man, that coin that it's sometimes so annoying and then sometimes is so good, man, right? Anyways, getting market cap. It's getting more than Ethereum, right? Even. So yesterday getting 3.51%, right now getting 1.41, sitting at 5.65% of market cap. That is pretty good. Now, what is happening with its price? Man, nice green candle to the upside, a new nice green candle going up, breaking above that 27.911, right, that we talked about. That is pretty good. Now, what happened, right? Yesterday, when we were in the stream, we just started this candle. It was still red. We said, man, we're probably going to break out of this. We'll go to the upside, maybe touch that upper part or hit a measure move. We went past the measure move. We hit that upper part. We were seeing some resistance around this area for a bit, right? Then we actually broke above it. And I think before we closed, we were sitting somewhere on here, or here when it actually closed. Then we talked about what could happen, right? Maybe develop some divergence, flag, come down a little bit, right, into this channel. We did kind of do that, right? Let's look at the 4 hour, right? Okay, let me finish the daily, right? On the daily, making positive momentum still, sitting high on the RSI at 60, again, hitting that bought territory, which is okay, right? We're not overbought, that's fine. However, if we keep on pushing up, we're going to get overbought, and then we're probably going to crash. Ripple, right? We have these... the 236, right? That would be the retrace from the high to the low that we hit. We have not retraced. We have not made a valid retrace, right? We kind of hit it here, but the low is here, so this one doesn't really count. Again, we're retracing right to the 236. Hopefully, we'll touch it and break above it, and then we will be on the way to a 318, which will be at 33 cents. However, we do have some resistance around 30 cents, and then obviously at 236, that would be at 29.12 cents. So keep those in mind as we keep on moving up. Let's go and look at the 4 hour, right? Volatility is starting to close a little bit on the Bollinger Bands. That's good. On the 4 hours, man, sitting up at 20 MA, right? Yesterday, we had this candle, right? We were here. We were struggling a little bit with this line, right? We said we're probably going to break below it again, flag a little bit, and then burst through the upside, right? And that's precisely what happened. Actually, I think I left this up from yesterday. This small channel, we actually hit it within the channel, and then we flagged up. Pushed up. We developed some divergence, right? I called it out. I told Benny, and then we had this move to the downside. And right now we're going to push again to the upside, right? Trying to get higher, but failing to make a higher high. Again, we're going to make another divergence from here to here. Right now on the 4 hours, right? It's going to be slightly visible. I think this is 255, 258, right? So this one's slightly higher, very so slightly higher, right? If this goes a little bit higher, it would negate that, right? And we would be going with the market, and then we could potentially have some price action to the upside. Anyways, this divergence here, it's on the 1 hour, so on the 4 hour, right? The one I'm talking about, the previous one. Anyways, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm not sure whether or not it's going to play out. Right now, it's looking good. On the RSI, you are also a little bit lower. Until this candle closes, I'm not going to make a call on it, right? I'm going to wait for this to close, and maybe we negate that potential bearish divergence and see more price action to the upside, and that would be good for Ripple, man. Anyways, let's go into the 1 hour. Well, see, obviously here you can see that we're sitting at overbought, right, at 79. We're very high on the RSI. Well, high enough, right, almost hitting 80, and we're fine on the momentum. On the 1 hour, right here, we had that flag that we talked about, right, that measure move that I pointed out. We didn't hit it with this movement, right? Then we flagged, and then we kind of bumped to the upside. We hit it here, and then we kind of retraced a little bit, and then we kept on running. We kind of flagged upsloping consolidation. During that, we had this divergence develop, right? That's called slant divergence. Kind of going higher on price slightly, but you're going lower in momentum, right? You didn't have it on the RSI, just on the MACD. I did send that to Benny on a tweet. Then we broke down again, right? Price action to the downside. That was fine. That was expected, right? I was also expecting for us to like rally up again and make like stronger divergence, right? Maybe on a new island. We have not made that one yet. We have not made a new island, right? But right now you can see that from here to here, right? You're going higher. And from here to here, you actually don't have an island that's positive to anchor through. So again, from here to here, you would be making like let's say it's going to zero, right? So you are diverging right on the price and the price momentum. So you would be making, bearish divergence again, price action to the downside, and it just happens to also be the top part of the channel that we are struggling to break, right? This yellow line going here, right? We kind of broke it. We kind of tried to go above it, and right now we're actually going back into the channel. Not necessarily the best. However, if we're able to, we're still outside slightly, right? Ever so slightly, man. If we are able to pump up from here, I'll do this. It's a little bit more visible. then we're using this as support, and that's even better, man, because that confirms that we have broken out of this channel, and we can expect even higher prices or movement to the upside, right? However, it's looking very weak right now. Maybe that divergence is really playing out, and we might see some price action to the downside again. I'm not sure. We talked about this on Bitcoin, right? I showed it a couple minutes ago. You can have one, two, or even triple bearish divergence, right? So again, we could flag and try to go up again, and make very slight divergence, right? Again, it wouldn't count to here. It would be to the positive island, but that divergence could potentially really play out stronger than this land divergence and stronger than whatever we're doing right now, right? Anyways, just keep that in mind. When we're with this until we make a new candle, and then I'll come back and try to trace it and see whether or not we're gonna have divergence or not. Anyways, you would also have it here on the RSI, right? You're going lower, lower, and then higher on the price. Just again, keep that in mind as you set up your trades. Yeah. Anyways, let's go on to what would be the next? Litecoin. I don't have any news for Litecoin. Let's go straight into the Litecoin analysis. What is going on with Litecoin, man? I'm not sure. I didn't look at Litecoin today throughout the whole day. Anyways, before I move on to Litecoin, just give me 1 second quickly. I need to do this here. 1 second, guys. Bear with me for 1 second. So you real quick. I'm not BSing you, dude. I went and told Benny, that creating some slight divergence on the MACD histogram, failing to break above the 27,911 resistance, upsloping consolidation, overbought on the RSI, bearish signals, right? Might break down, right? We were on that uptrend, and then we started to break down right on the next candle, man. Then I think I also pointed something else out. Oh yeah. And then the other part that I did was just to show off. I sent him a message today. Look at this video from yesterday and look at these time frames. And then basically whatever I just said it was going to happen with Ripple, it just played out. So again, yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm glad that just as I said, it played out, man, on those time frames that I sent them. I was like, man, this is going to happen and this. And, it's just like picture, man. Picture perfect. That was pretty cool. Anyways, guys, how are you guys doing? Do let me know. Do you like the beat that we're following right now? Do you want me to go a little bit slower? Do you want me to try and engage a little bit more? I mean, I do try to keep up to date with what you guys are typing, but if you feel like I'm just not paying much attention, you're treated, bro. You were right, yeah. If you guys have, or guys want me to have, or pay more attention to chat, do let me know. I'm still trying to get used to. I do try to pay as much attention to I can to you guys. But do let me know if you want me to look more at chat. I mean, I'm here to chill and talk with you guys, right? But I also have to get through the analysis. I do want to have you guys a little bit more engaged so that you don't feel like I'm just talking here and not listening to you guys. But do post stuff, right? Yeah, man. I mean, if you want to, we can talk about whatever you guys want, right? I mean, this is certainly the analysis, and then we can also chill, right? That's what this channel is for. Anyways, on the daily, Litecoin yesterday gaining dominance 0.86%. Right now losing 0.33, sitting at 1.70 of market dominance. Is that good? Is that bad? Well, let me move this a little bit more. It is somewhat okay, right? Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, somewhat okay, right? So, not really, I'm not really feeling it for Litecoin lately, man. It's just it could disappear, and right now it wouldn't make. I mean, I'm sorry if you guys like Litecoin. I'm just being honest with you guys. Right now, if Litecoin would disappear from the face of the earth, I would be like, there's not many news coming out. It's just kind of moving sideways. It's being very weak. I mean, I'm not really into Litecoin right now. Anyways, look, Litecoin still within the sideways moving channel, man. We can't break it. We try to break it once, wicked outside of it. Not possible. Right now, we are barely outside of it, but not by much, man. It is certainly annoying to look at Litecoin, bro. It's just doing nothing at all, man. It's trying to make positive momentum, sitting low on the RSI at 41, Recommend once a stream I explain indicators and pros and cons might be a great strength to add. Okay, yeah, sure, we can do that, man. I do want to have like an educational segment that I do individually, right? Like static videos that I can put out that are educational on indicators, like why I use them, why I believe they work, patterns, right? Triangles, double bottoms, head and shoulders bottoms, whatever. Go over different things that I believe they will add a lot. I mean, we have not developed any head and shoulders that I can call out that I would point out to you guys, but I know Litecoin's still up, man. But right now, right now it's not 200% up. It hit like 24, man. So it would be like 50, like 48 would be double, and then 48 and change, right? So you're probably like at 230% right now. I think 24 was the bottom. I'm not sure, man. I'll have to go look at it. Anyways, dude, like I was saying, yeah, I can explain the indicators. That's not a problem at all, man. I will try to do that, right? Anyways, below 20 May with volatility open on the Bollinger Bands, starting to contract, looking very boring. Starting to make positive Momo and sitting at 42 on the RSI, right? Let's go into the 4 hours, right? So in the 4 hours, we are pumping to the upside. That's fine. It's just what everyone else in the market's doing. We kind of had a chill period, right? We are outside of the channel barely. But anyways, what is going on here on the more micro, right? You're going higher with more positive momentum. Again, you're not making any bearish divergence right now. And on the price, you're also going higher, right? So again, you're not making any bearish divergence right now. So that's cool. You're just flowing with the market, right? On the bottom part, you're not making any... well, you kind of did, right? So... No, you didn't. You're going with the market. So you're lower here with lower momentum. That's fine. And lower with lower momentum. Again, that's fine. You're just going with the market. Not really doing much with this coin, man. Even with Bitcoin pumping, it's not really moving much, man. You're still seeing at prices from... or hitting prices from September the 24th right now. That's good. Bitcoin is not hitting those prices yet. I mean, it is certainly recovering a little bit better, but also didn't drop as hard. Bitcoin right now, it's recovering 2 prices off. When was this small high? October the 2nd, right? Because Bitcoin did recover to the September the 24th, I guess. No, September 26th high. It has not to recover its September the 24th candle, right? Again, Ethereum, it's on its way to recovering that, right? Still, like this will be September 24th. You're kind of almost there. And Ripple, man, has been the champ. Ripple has recovered well above September the 24th, actually hitting prices off September the 21st right now. Right, and that is pretty amazing that it has recovered so much better than everyone else. But again, it also tanks so hard, right? On the first time that Bitcoin came down, Ripple just crashed horribly, man, and then it just kind of like held a little bit better than everyone else. So right now, I'm kind of happy that it's recovered better than everyone else. Litecoin, like I said, man, being very weak, not even hitting the prices or barely hitting the price of September the 24th. A little bit better than Bitcoin, but then again, it's just sideways movement, right? Nothing going on. Let's go into the 1 hour and see what's happening there. On the 1 hour, man, decreasing momentum, that's fine. This is lower than this, so again, you don't have that bearish divergence that we're seeing with everyone else. Like I said, you're just flowing with the market here, not doing much with Litecoin. Anyways, sitting high on the RSI at 65, certainly on that bought scale, but not overbought. We were overbought a couple hours ago from like 11 to 12, right? And then it kind of broke down. And here, it's weird because like you don't have that divergence, right? You don't have that bearish divergence developing. You're just flowing with what everyone else is doing. So again, everyone went down, you just went down with them. That's it. This has weakness, man. It has no strength of its own. Here you had that bullish divergence, right? Pump to the upside, but so did Bitcoin, and Bitcoin pumped to the upside. So again, you're just following Bitcoin with Litecoin. It's just being very, very weak, man. Again, right now I'm happy that I'm not holding any Litecoin, bro. Let's go into Binance. Binance wells have moved over 50 million US Tether from Huobi and 8 million from Bitfinex onto Binance. That is pretty cool. They asking, are they trying to buy the dip? I mean, yesterday we talked about someone moving 16 million onto Binance as well. Is someone trying to buy the dip? Yeah, potentially, man. They're moving the money because they probably want to buy something else, or they would just want to get out of crypto, right? They're moving USD Tether doesn't mean they have to buy. Well, if you're going to Binance, you're probably not going to get onto fiat, right? Because they don't have a fiat off ramp yet. So again, yeah, you might be trying to buy something else. I'm not sure if they're going to try to buy Bitcoin or just Bitcoin, but Maybe they are seeing that. It's just hypothetical, right? Maybe they're seeing that the swell event is coming up and they want to buy some Ripple, man. I mean, don't crucify me for saying that, but you know, it might be a possibility. Does not necessarily mean they want to have to buy Bitcoin, right? 17 million, 50 million, and 8 million, it's a lot of money just to buy one asset. They're probably going to diversify it. Anyways, yeah. That's one of the articles I have. Then the other one I have is that they're announcing their 8th phase of lending. It'll launch on October the 9th at 12 p.m. UTC. Now the next phase will have a subscription window from October the 9th at 12 p.m. until October the 10th at basically 00, right? So at midnight. So basically 12 hours to subscribe. Now, according to the official blog post, the projects that will participate will be Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ethereum Classic, EOS, Link, USD Tether, XRP, and Binance Coin. Now, they do have a table here that's pretty nice, right, for what you're going to get. So again, Binance holding it for 14 days. With an individual cap of 500 Binance, you're going to get 10%. Then Binance at 14 days with an individual cap of 5,000, you're going to get 6%. This I hate, right? You give them a lot more money, right? You seen another from Coinbase to Binance. Forget how much, though, a few hours ago. What? Like Coinbase to... Oh, another amount? Yeah, dude, if you have it, send it to me on a link on Twitter and I'll open it up, man. Again, this I hate. Right, you give them here 500, right? That's your individual cap. That's the most you can give, and they give you 10%. That's fine. But when you give them more money, they give you less return. That's just like, man, I'm giving you more risk, right? I'm not sure if I'm going to recover that 5,000, right? That's what you're capping me at. Give me better rewards, man. No, don't penalize my rewards. That's kind of wrong, right? Anyways, Bitcoin has a 14 day at 3%. That's okay. Their Binance US dollar, right? That's pretty cool. 5 million. That's what's capped at. 10% return. I mean, that's pretty sweet, right? If you give him 5 million, you're gonna get 10% return. That's pretty sweet. You're gonna get 500,000 back in 14 days, dude. That's a lot of money, bro. Anyways, EOS 20,000, 6%. Ethereum Classic 10,000 cap, 7%. And again, Ethereum, right? Regular one has 100 Ethereums at 6%. Link 50,000 at 6%, USD Tether 5 million at 10%. That's pretty sweet again. And then XRP 500,000 XRP at 6%. You know, I'm not so happy what that XRP is that low, right? It's a low risk, high liquidity coin, low value. They should give you a higher return. 695 Bitcoin 5,413,301 dollars transferred from Coinbase to Binance. Yeah, dude, a lot of money going into Binance. That is weird. I'm not sure if it's because of the landing, right, that's coming out today or tomorrow or in 2 days or in the 9th. And maybe they want to put the money there to get some return. I mean, after all, you're just putting it out for 14 days, man. You're not going to get that 6% or that 10% on 14 days, right? That's it. That's the annualized rate. So again, you're just going to get whatever partial you have for like the 14 days that you're holding it. But still, it is a pretty good return. If you don't planning on moving it, if you're just hodling long term, you don't care about what the market does, at least you're getting something on the money, right? Just for having it parked there. Anyways, before I jump onto the Binance chart, and I would usually do the Binance chart and then come back into this, but I'll do this one real quick, man, because I know some of you guys like Seller, and that's fine. Stellar network capacity will be increased to provide for the networks for the world's largest enterprises with a low cost, fast and accurate consumer retail management platform as a result of its partnership with Stellar. Current CRM solutions are facing poor business inclusivity, low employee participation, and mostly require costly custom implementations. We're excited to be partnering with Stellar to leverage their industry-leading innovations in off-chain solutions that will bring a whole level of extensibility to our customer data needs that will benefit business of all types. That's what people from Stellar are saying. Now, in August, Stellar Network completed a $3.5 million funding round. Binance Labs, it came out on the Binance feed because of Binance, right? Because Binance Labs, which is a venture arm of Binance, was among the participants. Now, Stellar Network initial coin offering took place in March on the Binance Launchpad. Both as part of the Binance family, Stellar Network and Stellar Network will not only work together on technology collaboration and product integration, but also build a community ecosystem together, right? That is pretty good. Now, we're going to go look at Binance, and I'll jump onto Stellar because we just did those news. and then we'll see what else is happening, right? Yeah, where's Binance? Here it is. Binance on the daily, man, gaining dominance yesterday, 1.55%. Right now, gaining dominance 0.04, sitting at 1.16 of market cap. Binance, again, one of those that's just moving sideways, man. Barely making it to prices of the 24th. Still pumping nicely, but still within that downsloping channel, below the 20 MA, right? The 20 MA being important because it's the average of the last 20 periods, right? So the last 20 days. If you're below, not necessarily the best, right? I mean, you're below the average of the past 20 days. So again, below that, some contraction of the Bollinger Bands. Again, when volume leaves the market, right? It's good because then you get some violent movements when volume comes in. It comes in like in a wave and it just like hits very strong. So again, that's pretty good. Anyways, are we doing something here? Well, not quite. This is lower than this. Again, I'm not making any kind of divergence yet, right? We could be going here flat and then we go down here. And we wouldn't still, yeah, we would probably be making, no, we wouldn't. We would need for this to go higher. Sorry, I was getting confused. Yeah, ignore me. We're not making any divergence here. So again, nothing. We're seeing low on the RSI at 38.09 and still making positive momentum, but Binance not doing anything here. Still within that the downsloping channel. So first touch that 20 MA, get above it, and then try to break the channel. I guess that's the order of things for Binance right now. Let's go into the 4 hours, right? Oh man, this is nice. Look, 1, 2, 3 white soldiers. Next candle. Here you would put an opening, right? If you were gonna trade this, you would wait for this confirmation, right? The candle opening or closing green, right? This one closing green, this one opening green, and here you potentially place a trade with a stop loss maybe here, right? Or here. Depends on where you want to sit at, but you could retrace a little bit, you know. Here, if you would have put it here, you would have gotten stopped out. You probably would have put it back here, and then you could potentially have written at least this to here, right? It's not a lot, but from 15.95 all the way to maybe if you would have gotten out of the high, 16.39. So again, you know, that's how you would have played this for the candles, right? For 3 white soldiers. Anyways, volatility on the Bollinger Bands expanding. That's fine. Seen above that 20 MA with positive momentum still developing. No signs of divergence yet. Are we? No, I think we are, man. No, we do have divergence. And it'll be from this island. I'm going to take the top because this is all part of one island. So I'll go from here to here, right? You're going slightly lower. And you can see that you're sitting higher on price, right? So again, you will be making bearish divergence, price action to a downside on the 4 hours. However, this is too long of a period, man. I'm not sure if it's going to hold. It is the previous island. It could hold, but would wait. I would rather wait and see. You don't have that on the RSI, right? So again, this potentially, right? Maybe price action to a downside. I much rather see it in the 1 hour and see if it's congruent. Anyways, let's go into the 1 hour. Sitting above that 20 MA with volatility on the Bollinger Bands starting to maybe come together. Making same thing that everyone else, right? Bearish divergence is congruent across the market, man. Everyone has it. I don't think Ripple had it, but everyone else has this, right? Bearish divergence, and you also had kind of, sort of, you here you don't. 76 and 77, you're higher here. So not on the RSI, but you do have it on the MACD. You have that bearish divergence developing. Again, potential price action to a downside, right? We are starting to get 2 candles. We could do the same thing, right? Go up, flag a little bit, you know, and then try to pump up again, you know, get exhausted again even more, and then break to the downside. Because then it's inevitable. Anyways, let me look at Bitcoin real quick. See, yeah, Bitcoin, that divergence starting to make a new red candle, right? I'll trace it to the wick, man. Probably because it dropped right before it closed because we just hit like 10 p.m. I forgot to put the music back on. So maybe it would have been here, you know. And then, yeah, still that divergence is developing. You can see it. It's going higher and you're going lower here. Again, price action to the downside. We were expecting it. You know, this candle was green when we started. Anyways, we knew it was going to happen, right? It was inevitable. We're going to get it. We're going to try to maybe rally up again and fail again and then break down. And that's just the way this is, right? Let's go on to Ripple. Ripple again. Yeah, you have that divergence, man. You developed it, right? You're going higher here, right? Definitely. I said I was going to come back when the hour closed. It's just 10 p.m., so it's a new candle, right? Yeah, you called it, Benny. It topped, right? I wasn't sure if it was going to top. Look, like I said, man, it could potentially run up again, right? We've seen it do it, so just be careful with that. And then from here to here, you're definitely making a new positive momentum candle. But with here actually, zero or this one, whichever one you want, right? You're going lower, you're going higher. You are making that divergence right now again. Potential price action to the downside. You are probably going to get it with this candle and the next ones. But again, just as this was resistance, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 times that 27,911. Let's hope that holds right now, and we can potentially break to the upside again. Maybe bounce around here. We could potentially break it, right? But we do have that 20 MA that we can use as support. Since we broke above it, right? We used it as support like 2 times and then bounced off. And that's fine. So we could potentially use it as support, right? And bounce off it. And then again, it might be congruent that by the next 2 candles, maybe we are here and the 20 MA is also here, and it will give it a lot more strength to that area of support. And then we could potentially bounce off it. If we break down, I wouldn't worry. We could potentially undo this candle, right? And then maybe we'll make some bearish divergence or some bullish divergence again, right? And try to pump to the upside. That could be it, right? Or we can maybe make hidden bullish divergence and then pump to the upside, right? Anyways, Bitcoin, yeah, you called it. But remember, dude, I showed you back here, right? 1, flag, 1, right? And then it kind of broke to the downside because you had that divergence. And it kind of rallied up again, right? Made the same level of price action, but with no momentum, and then you broke down. So again, it could be top, right? The next one might be a little bit higher if it was to go up, or it could just go down. It wouldn't be weird if this just went down, right? Touch that 20 MA. Again, your next area of support getting at 8,400, unable to reach it yet, and that's not good. That shows weakness, right? Because then that would be congruent on the daily with this, right? And I can't have both at the same time unless I get rid of the MACD, and then I have to put in something else. I'll do this for you guys. Give me 1 second though. MACD, and then I'll do seller, right? Now I want to look at quad moving averages. Here we go. Right, so my quad moving averages, let me edit this because they're going to be all effed up. So here I want a 20 MA. I wonder if I can do this 0 because I don't really care for the 50 and I don't really care for the 100. So can I do 0? Will it let me? No. It just takes it to 10. So I'll probably have to do 150. Anyways, I'll leave it there. Style, man. Let me make this clear. I want the 20 MA to be yellow, right? So it's easy to see, and I'll make it really strong. And then I want the 200 MA to be orange because that's the only 2 ones that I care about right now. And I'll also make it strong, right? Anyways, I'll close this, okay? Look, man, they're about to cross, right? Tomorrow, we might get a cross. Unless this pumps to the upside, right? And this 200 MA might not even change course with that pump. We might get a dead cross of the 20 MA crossing that 200, and that could potentially bring price action to the downside, and it's being a little bit congruent with us getting that divergence happening right now. So again, I'm not really looking forward to this cross, right? These ones I don't care, we already crossed them. But when you get crosses of the look, when you get crosses that are the opposite, right? Like your 20 going over your 200, you get that price action to the upside, right? Nice. When you get it the opposite way, that like here's a 20 crossing that 200. Look at this, man. Price action to the downside, right? Again, just be careful with those movements. They do play out historically. I'm not sure if we had that cross again ever. Here we had one, right? Look, that 20 MA going over that 200, right? You broke to the downside. Then you crossed again, right? And look at that nice price action, right? That's what we want. I mean, at some point in time, they're going to have to cross over again, giving us a golden cross. And we're probably going to get price action to the upside. Yeah, what am I doing here? I was on this chart. Anyways, that's what I would like to see for Bitcoin. Anyways, I'm going to get rid of this stuff, put my Bollinger Bands back in. I like the Bollinger Bands much better. Although I cannot look at both indicators at the same time because the free version of this just lets you look at it just lets you look at like 3 indicators, right? So it's not very nice that I'm using the Bollinger Bands as 1, actually 4 if I count volume, but Bollinger Bands, MACD, and RSI, and that's it. I'm out of that. So I'm out of options. So if I want to put something else, I have to pay for it. And right now, I'm really not feeling like paying for this because usually for most things that I do, this is fine. This is good enough for me, right? So again, use traffic light colors for MA: 20 green, 50 yellow, 200 red. Yeah, you can, man. I mean, it's just whatever suits better for you, right? Right now I just wanted those two to be visible. Since I was gonna get rid of it, whenever I go and put them back in again, they're just gonna reset. So right now, just doing it for the demonstration, for me it just didn't matter much. And the 50 MA is good, and the 100 MA is good, but we know we are well below those. So I mean, for me, just looking at the 200 MA made more sense right now. Anyways, serving more water here on the coffee cup, man. Use the MA with 15 minutes. Which MA? There are a couple of moving averages, right? So, which one are you using, John? And while you do that, I'll start looking at seller, right? You guys want seller, so I'll do that. Seller, where are you, seller? Where did I leave you? Here it is. Seller, man, pumping just like everyone else, right? Below that 20 MA, getting to prices off just barely. You're hitting prices of October the 1st. So use the MA with 50 and 200. Yeah, why do you use the 50, man? Just out of curiosity, right? That's fine. You can use whichever one works for you. It's entirely up to you which ones you use. I like the 20 because it works for me, but I'm just wondering why 50 and the 200. Do you find them to be more predictable or something like that? No bearish divergence, no bullish divergence right now. Just sitting below at 20 MA, right? Struggling to go a little bit higher. Some contraction starting to happen on the Bollinger Bands, right? You can see them starting to come together. And sitting at 41 on the RSI. That's it for the daily. Let's go look at a more micro, because here, the previous green we have is here. So again, higher, lower, more positive momentum, less positive momentum, just congruent with the market, right? Use it because you trust it. Okay, that's cool, man. Do I have something here? Yeah, I have a measure move. That's why that's there, right? We broke out of this sort of triangle, right? Oh, man. There, it looks weird. So I was expecting for us to hit a measure move. We're going up, but right now we're starting to retrace. Only because we're just doing what the market is doing, right? Sitting above that 20 MA, this not necessarily being good, right? This is very micro. I mean, I wouldn't do this on the 4 hours, right? But you're going here to here. This can still get undone real quickly, right? This can pump to the upside and then just cancel this out. You're going higher momentum with lower price hidden bearish divergence. I wouldn't call it that yet, though, at least not for this, right? You're going up and you're still going up. This divergence you still have not made neutral or negative yet, and this candle is still active. It just started. These 4 hours are still valid, right? So again, sitting at 61 on the RSI, which puts you on that bought but not overbought, right? You're high. Trying to figure out what else is going on here. Nothing on the more micro, right? This island is lower, higher. You're going higher. That's fine. Let's go into the 1 hour. Using the 20 MAs to bounce off once, then you kind of broke below it, recovered. That's okay. Right here, right? Yeah. So from here to here, right? You had bearish divergence playing out, price action to a downside. Although you were fighting for it for a while, right? You didn't get that price action really quickly, and you kind of, right? From here to here, same highs, and then from here to here, you're definitely making again bearish divergence, right? So oscillator going down, price action going steady. You were making class B or medium bearish divergence. Again, trying to fight to stay above that 20 MA, which is good. That's something that's fine, right? Right here, you will be going higher on the price. Here, you will be going lower on the price, making hidden bullish divergence. Price continuation, meaning that you could potentially keep on going up, right? You sold for the moment at 4664, so more or less where it's sitting at, man. Did you sold recently in the past like 4 hours, at least 6 p.m.? Because if not, you missed a little bit on that top right? Because then you probably would have sold before that or around this area where you were getting bounces, right? So I'm not sure what time you sold, but I hope you did miss out on these stops, right? If you were looking at the stops and you were determining that you had divergence, right? Because you also have it on the RSI. I hope you would have from here to here you don't have it, right? So this one here you don't have it on the RSI. You just have this one on the RSI, slant divergence. 2 hours ago, okay, cool. So you sold here. All right. I'm not sure if this is gonna go up more, man. Right now you're starting to go red again. This would usually mean price continuation, right? That hidden bullish divergence. However, this is still not done developing, so this can still keep on going down, right? But this will also keep on going down. You will still have it until you neutralize this to equal, right? So long as you're above this, you'll be making hidden bullish divergence. And I'm not sure if it's gonna go that low. If Bitcoin bounces up a little bit more, it might recover seller, right? Seller gonna slow down. Yeah, it's slowing down right now, man. Yeah, it's slowing down right now. Anyways, Bitcoin still red. Ripple making that red candle, right? Back into the channel. Again, like I said, could come and touch this or that 20 MA and then bounce off. Right now, let's wait and see how this keeps on developing. Again, if you bounce around this area and try to push back up, you're probably not going to make very strong divergence, and you might break a little bit more, right? Yeah, but yeah, you certainly did call that topping out on Bitcoin, Benny, on the 15-minute scale. I want it for it to retrace a little bit more, though, right? Because we could be doing one of these small flags. Like I said, try to pump back up and then fail and then really break down. Right? So again, just watch out for that. Anyways, that's it, guys. We run through the market. You don't want to look at something in particular? I'm not even sure who's here, man. Roll call. Who's here, man? I know Benny's here. I know Free TV Addict is here. Maybe John's still here. I know William James is probably still here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Crypto Keeper Trader is here. He typed up a while back, and I'm not sure if he's still with us, man. And then David, I'm not sure if David's here. He popped in at the beginning and then said hi, and then something about Bitcoin. Then I think he disappeared. And then I'm not sure if Soka is here with us, man. He usually is here. I'm not, but I think he's been off lately. Yo, you're here, man. You guys are here because it tells me that we have 7 people in the stream, and that's weird, man. The count is probably off on how many people are watching live. So, Soka, Crypto, Free TV, William, Benny, right? That's 5. I'm not sure if John is still there, but I know my wife is watching as well. And then I'm watching on 2 devices. Because I keep track on one of them of how it looks horizontal, right? So that'll be this one, where I keep track of the stream. And I do have it here on a small tripod that I can look at. And then I have it here on vertical to make sure that things are also big enough so that if you're looking at it vertical, you can still look at it, right? But the stream tells me that I have 8 people watching right now. So again, the count is off, man. That's weird. Anyways, guys, do you want to look at something else? Yeah. It's a conspiracy to steal the views. I'm not sure about that, man. Look, some people have problems with the platform. I just started here, man. I can't complain. They're giving me a place where I can do this, right? So I'm glad with that right now. And some people complain that they take like 30% of the super chats. You know, whatever, man. You're not paying anything to be here and put your content, right? So you get paid from the ads, right? That's fine. They give you some money from the ads that they put on your channel. And then you get something else, right? But Twitch, the audience in Twitch is like younger people, right? So not too many people that would be doing technical analysis there. I was thinking about doing something on TikTok, you know, like shorter capsules or something. But then I don't have the time to actually sit and edit a video for TikTok. I'm still trying to struggle with that, right? And also, I'm recording this at the same time, right? So it's uploading to YouTube, and I'm also keeping a hard copy because something I'm thinking about doing is maybe edit the audio, right, and do like a small and just upload it somewhere as a podcast, right, like a small podcast that if you just want the news segment, you can get that very quickly, right, and then that'll be it. Anyways, I do still have to figure out how to do that one, or if it's worth it to make a podcast, right? If at some point in time I can do this full time, like for life, right, like a living, then I would definitely like to have news in the morning and then at night. That way you have your morning and night, right? You get at least 12 hours difference. So like around 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. for me would be the next segment, right? And then it could be like crypto and coffee, right? And I can do like coffee and then have cake, and do the crypto news and then be all happy, right? Because it's like crypto and cake, man. Who isn't happy with that? Anyways, yeah, Twitch, I'm not sure if I want to get there, man. I might try it, I'm trying to find other venues that I can also put videos, right? I started putting my videos on Coil, although I forgot to put mine yesterday or 2 days ago, because I just started doing it, so sometimes I forget to put it there. But I'm also trying to put in Coil, and then I'm trying to find other platforms where I can also like showcase this, right? I mean, just that you can pull it off YouTube and put it there. I'm putting it on Reddit, on Facebook, not on Instagram, but on Twitter, right? So I do let you guys know that I'm live and I retweet it, right? So again, that's all cool. Do podcasting, yeah, man. I'm gonna try to do that, Soka. I have to I need to get the time that I can do this, man, right? And yeah, but Twitter, I think you need to do like smaller capsules. Like they cannot be that long. And usually what I do on Twitter is I just go in and like post the link to the video and that's it, man. I mean, I don't have time to edit, man. It's killing me, right? That I wish I could do this full time for sure, man. And hopefully, if the audience, yeah, that's why I wanted to do the morning one, right? Like crypto and coffee, and like do it live as well. Like maybe, I'm not sure if like internet radio, right? And just do a transmission in the morning that people can listen to, right? I'm posting the link to the video, man. The only thing that's the way I'm doing it, dude. I wish I could do this full time to where I could like really live off this. But for that to happen, I would probably need to have like a larger audience, and then like have like some revenue coming in from ads, and then like probably sell some merch, and then like probably make ends meet that way, and then I could say like quit my job and do this full time, right? Or tips, whatever, dude. I'm still trying to figure it out, right? And then maybe make a Patreon. I know some people have Patreons. I'm not sure what I can put there. Maybe some podcasts or to like some select people, right? Or some different analysis there. Something a little bit more in depth than just like the basics, right? For like this channel is basic because I want people to like know that with really basic stuff you can get stuff done, right? You don't need to know all the knowledge of trading to be able to trade, right? Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Like keep it simple, man. And well, like I'm saying, dude, I don't want to do very complicated stuff yet, or maybe ever, man, because with what we've been doing, simple, we've been very accurate, right? The more you overcomplicate it, and I put in that interview with like Eric, what is it, Eric Crown, and he was saying, dude, like keep it simple, right? He uses 20 MAs, he uses like ribbons of moving averages to do his trading, and that's fine, bro. If use what works, right, and keeping it simple works for me, right? Like I've showed you guys that we can, yeah, exactly, right? Easy, simple to watch. People can get it, in short time. You guys are gonna be able to see the same stuff, or see your stuff, and then let me know as well. Like, man, maybe this, maybe that, and that's cool. It's easy to track, and people can see that with this, you can make some pretty accurate predictions as to what the market's gonna do, right? We started the stream with this candle. We said, look, divergence, man, we're gonna break down. We are starting to break down, right? I mean, we didn't have to like do something very complicated, Elliott wave, or like fibs right now, or harmonics, right? We're not getting into anything too complicated for people to really see what you can do, right? And that's what I like. And then sometimes I do fibs, sometimes I would do the heck in a sheet candles when I have trouble. Like when the market's very standstill, like that you cannot see where the trend is going, then definitely heck in a sheet candles can help you see it. But look at this nice green that we just run up, right? Right now, even though we're making that red, it's still in that positive momentum, right, or trend. So again, this probably the next candle might turn red on the Heikin Ashi. So just keep it in mind though. And some simple stuff that doesn't take a lot to look at, right? And it's easy to see, easy to read. Like I said, this double bottom, I'm not sure if it's gonna play out or not, right? It's not a, it doesn't go to the same level of depth, but it could be a potential double bottom again. Just put it there for something, right? Bitcoin oversold, Bitcoin overbought, man. Look, the way you know if you're overbought or oversold, right? Sorry. A lot better from the flu, but not 100% out. Anyways, so this is your RSI, right? Simple RSI. There's stochastic RSI. There's other stuff you can use also to see if you're overbought or right. It's overbought right now. Look, man. So here's your RSI, right? 50 would be the midline, right? That would be 100% neutral. Then you can go high or low, right? So if you start going higher, you start getting into bought territory, right? People are buying it, and you get overbought, and then you break down. So again, from 60 to 70, you will be considered to be bought, right? From 60 to 50, you were neutral still. So bought or high bought, right? If you're hitting that 68, 69. Then over 70, you're on overbought territory, right? And it goes all the way to 100. It's very weird to hit 100, but you can get higher, like 90s. 90 so much, right? And then to the bottom, we've seen Bitcoin hit like 6. So again, it wouldn't be weird to see like numbers to the downside that are low, right? Anyways, from here on down, like from 50 to 40, you will be on the neutral zone, but heading towards sold. Then 40 to 30, you will be sold, definitely. That's sold area. And then around 31 to 30, you can say you're highly sold, and then you're oversold, right? And then on oversold, what you would expect to see is like price reversals, right? Like we did here, right? And we started writing it up, right? Even though we dropped lower in price, we created that divergence, right? Bullish divergence that brought the price action to the upside. And we called this one out like yesterday, man, October the 6th, right? And today is the 7th. So we called this, and then we were probably around here during that stream, right? So 9 p.m., right? So, we called this out. We said price action to the upside. And then, we got that price action to the upside, right? That's fine. And we seen that divergence on the daily, on the 4 hours, and on the 1 hour. So, again, it's not hard to predict this. But you got to think that this is so simple that everyone is doing it, right? This is the simplest it can get to, right? Besides doing just moving averages, that's also very simple, right? Color the RSI, green 70, yellow 50, and 30 red. Yeah, I could. That works. Do I think it's gonna go down to 7K? Man, shit. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure yet, dude. We've talked about this, right? We have that measure move that we have not hit from breaking of this structure, right? So again, we could certainly come back and touch this 7,732, right? Or even that 618 at 7,225, and then bounce from there, right? If this, we broke out of the triangle, like I said, but if this was to be a valid wedge that we created, then a falling wedge is a bullish pattern, and you would expect to break it to the upside, right? However, the sort of symmetrical triangle that we broke out of, and this being exaggerated because the point's not here, the point's actually here, right? So it'll be slightly upsloping on the bottom, slightly upsloping. I just left it there for illustration purposes. Here, you're gonna be able to see it clearly, right? Is this green line here? I'm gonna get rid of this one, this red line. I put it for something else. This green line here, and then this yellow line, right? That makes your triangle. It's not really a downsloping triangle. It's more downsloping than symmetrical for sure. But 20K December. That's a joke we got going on, man. Yeah, no, that's an inner joke that we have going on the channel with Benny, man. He just keeps calling 20K by December. Look, man, if this was a falling wedge and you broke out of it somewhere, right, we put a measure move, you would at least get to, well, depends on when you break out, but the lower you go, right, the less likely you are to get higher, right? So if you break somewhere around here, you would get to at least 13,300, right? which would be more or less congruent with the 1618, right? That would be retracing 168% of the way. Your friend from the future said 20. Hey. Yeah, man. I'm not sure 20K, man. I mean, if we break this to the upside, certainly 13K, and then we'll have to see from there what the market's going to do, right? Because you might create a double top somewhere around this area, right? From high to high, and then, potentially break down. But that double top will happen on a more macro scale, right? Like the weekly or the monthly. Again, on the monthly, I don't think we have to look at the monthly here ever, man. Look, this is not good, man. You're having your fourth month in a row with negative price, right? I mean, we'd have had months like that before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It wouldn't be unheard of for monthlies to be that long, but certainly not what you want to see, right? But anyways, this month's starting to look like, even though you started, right, 7 days ago, still red. Hope that we can undo this, man, and see some pump to the upside. That would certainly be nice. On the daily, I didn't look at this chart, but we are above that 50% line, heading from that 50 to that 75% of that downsloping channel, right? On the Bitcoin minute chart, MA support at 200. Oh man, that's too small of a scale, bro. One minute, it's not very good to look at, man. I wouldn't look at that to make any calls or long-term calls, man. The 15-minute chart. I can look at the 15-minute chart. I mean, these charts are mostly if you want to do day trading, right? Like smaller scales. See, this doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Because here you have positive momentum, you're going higher. Here you have positive momentum, right? And you're going higher. Again, you will be congruent here, right? The only place that you would have divergence would be on the RSI, right? So this would be congruent here. You would have a bearish divergence, price action to the downside. You are getting it on the 15-minute chart, right? But again, I'm not a fan of these charts right here. From here to here, right? And then from here to here, you had bearish divergence. Price action to the downside, it wasn't very strong, right? Kind of picked up again. Here to here, you don't have much going on. Anyways, don't use small charts, bro. From here to here and here to here on the RSI, you kind of had hidden bullish divergence. But don't use the small charts, bro. They're not the best to look at price, dude, because the crypto market, if you want to do like day trading, it's not the best, but it's better suited for like swing trading, right? Movements that happen over a couple days or weeks to develop, right? That's usually what we have been seeing. So again, if you want to go into more micro, you can. I mean, certainly you could have, right? This would have been like October the 7th at 145, right? And you could have taken a position here at 7,800 and probably gotten out at 8,300, right? If you would have read this correctly, though. Where you would be able to read it correctly, I'm not sure, man. We called it on the 1 hour, so we knew we were going to go up. So, I mean, no need to go that farther down, right? Would have been here, man. Yesterday. We knew yesterday that we were going to go up, so, we could have written it up, so. Yeah, I wouldn't go too micro on the charts. I mean, it's up to you guys, but I just don't do it because it doesn't go with what I usually like to do for trading, so. 9 people tuned in. Thank you for watching, guys. Again, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you're notified when we go live. And yeah. We killed the playlist, so we have to go back to the first track. Anyways, do you guys want to look at something else? I think David likes XLM. I'm not sure if David's here still, but I'll just look at XLM because we haven't looked at it today. So here's my XLM. There we go. Well, yeah. Sort of, right? I mean, XLM's kind of going with the market. Low, higher, right? You're going with the market. Again, going higher. right? So again, not 100% what I would see here, right? So again, I'm trying to figure out like, see from here to here, right? You kind of are going a little bit higher, but here you would be going to negative, right? So again, that could potentially make it be you know bearish divergence, right? I mean, you do have it on the RSI, and it's easier to see here. So price action to the downside, you are starting to get it. You're going with whatever everyone else is doing, right? Nice bounce off the 20 MA, which is good. Rejecting lower prices. That's on the 1 hour, right? With contraction on the Bollinger Band starting to develop. Sitting high on the RSI, bought at, where is it at? 66.56. Now, on the 4 hours, right? On the 4 hours, you can see this a little bit better, man. Right? You're going from here to here, you're going higher, right? On the 4 hours. And you are making that same 44097, 443. So 4.4. So it's slightly higher than this. You're going slightly lower, right? So again, I'm gonna exaggerate it just so you guys can see it. But again, you will be making a bearish divergence, a slightly bearish divergence, right? Potential price action to the downside. We might get a couple of red candles on the 4 hours, unless Bitcoin pumps, right? Bitcoin cannot do anything that we call. And then on the 1 hour, you're not doing much. You're just going with the market right now. We haven't developed anything else. Sitting 52 on the RSI, which puts you on that neutral zone. Starting to make your second candle of positive momentum. Again, Stellar recovering nicely, right? Stellar did recover nicely here. Man, can I do this a little bit bigger? There we go. We hit this area of resistance, right? That 0.06512, right? Yesterday, we actually almost hit that 382, right? Retrace that fib, which would be 0.6556, right? And then we kind of broke down from there, right? We were rejected by that resistance. Anyways, that's it for this coin, man. Yeah, what do you guys want to look at, man? So let me see what's happening in chat, bro. What's this up here? Can confirm Bitcoin's going to drop more. I'm going all longs. Hard enough to think this won't ever get back to 2017 prices. Yeah, but it's good that you want to go long, but you have to look for areas of opportunity, right? Like prices of entry points, right? You have to find like good entry points. Yeah, let's look at the Bitcoin Cash. This Bitcoin Cash dominance. Where do I have my price for Bitcoin Cash? Bitcoin Cash dominance on the daily. Yes, you're gaining some, right? Am I in the Heck and Sheet candles? No, I'm on the regular ones. It looks weird, man. We probably gapped down on the opening and then we kind of made positive. No, this says negative, bro. I hate it when this does that, right? Negative 0.38 right now, making positive, right? This is awkward, man. It's switching the color of the candles. That's trippy, dude. Fix this. Man, let's see Bitcoin Cash. Let me find that. Where do I have Bitcoin Cash, man? Where did I put that? Here it is. Bitcoin Cash, going back to prices of September 25th. On the daily, not much going on. Making positive momentum. Second bar, sitting at 48.53 on the RSI, which puts you on that neutral zone. Now, let's go into the 4 hours. Sitting above that 20 MA with volatility expanding again, that's good, right? It leaves for movements for swings, right? Remember what I talked about when you break outside of the Bollinger Bands, then you kind of get back into them. So again, we're kind of going back into them. Sitting high on the RSI in the 4 hours at 68.14, which puts you on that bot and highly on that bot scale, so almost getting to overbought. Making positive momentum still, right? Going higher, right? And slightly higher than here. And still making higher bars. So again, no divergence developing here. No bearish divergence developing. Then on the more micro scale, we are making that bearish divergence, right? Low to high, high to low, and we also have that developing on the RSI. So we had that divergence, obviously, price action to the downside. We got this bar kind of trying to undo something, right? Sitting above that 20 MA, starting to make a negative momentum bar with this one, right? Again, let's wait and see how this plays out, right? I'm pretty sure that if we go somewhere down here, we're probably gonna make more negative momentum, and it might not be the best for this coin right now. Anyways, from here to here, going slightly higher, so right now it's fine. Making a little bit less negative momentum, and you're also higher on the RSI, so it's fine right now. Yeah, so you're kind of going with the same thing that everyone else is doing. That divergence, price action to the downside. You got it a little bit worse than everyone else, but trying to make it up again right now. Again, this is negative. It's just weird. It says minus 0.06. And it's green, and then this one's green, obviously. Sorry, red. Yo, Bitcoin is at a situation. Yeah, what situation, man? Let me know. I'll go back to Bitcoin. What situation, bro? It looks the same that it was when we left. Oh, gonna dump? Yeah, no, might not dump that hard, man. We gotta wait. Have to wait for that to develop. Play out, right? We have that 20 EMA that we can bounce off. So again, we can try to make a slightly higher high, fail, and then actually break down. Or maybe some of those whales that move money to Binance might buy this, right? And make this go higher. Double bottom coming. I think we already have a double bottom, right? On the daily. Right? Price being here, right? It's more or less the same low on the wicks. So here I'm going to go with the wicks. They do certainly seem to play a little bit more. So if this double bottom is to play out, we're gonna get, we should see a bullish move. However, we kind of had a double bottom here, right? We talked about it, one here and then one here with more or less the same low in price. This one being the low of 7,701, and this one being 7,712. So like $11 difference, right? So again, on the wick, right? Potential double bottom, price action to the upside. It was weak enough to get us here because this resistance at 8,400, we have not been able to break above it. Now, right now, we're going to head back for it again. And these lows are at 7,762. Obviously, they are a little bit higher, right, than this one over here. But again, still close enough where you could consider a double bottom. This, for me, it was more like a tweezer bottom, right? Tweezer bottom is like two candles that are next to each other, red and green, right? In this case, would be on the downtrend, right? It would be a reversal pattern, meaning price action to the upside. I'll actually look at that up for you here real quick. I looked at it up earlier, so I would, oh man, that's not what I wanted to find. I looked at it earlier before the stream, so I could show it to you guys quickly. Okay, so man, that's weird. There we go. Twister top, right? This will be bearish, right? That means price action to the downside. This will be bullish, right? Price action to the upside. This you will find at the bottom of a downtrend, right? And then this you will find at the top of an uptrend, right? They both have the same height, right? At either body or the wick, right? The tweezers can be the wicks. And usually means a reversal that's coming, right? Here, this site will give you an explanation. I don't like it when they just put it as straight bars because they can't have wicks. But again, like this one, look, has a wick, and then this one has the bottom opening at that, right? So it would be a tweezer bottom again. Price action to the upside. You kind of have it here, right? If you ignore the wick here, you do have it. So again, if we were to ignore the wicks, right, these two are at the same price. And the wicks are almost at the same price, right? This low being at 7,762, and this low being at 7,780. So again, still within a real slightly difference from each other, right? Making it a double bottom, which would be a potential price, a reversal, right? So again, we That's why I'm hesitant to see if this is gonna pump a little bit more. You know, I want to have that bullish divergence develop on the hour, so we pump a little bit more and maybe try to retest that 8,400. That's, I mean, that's it if we move to the upside. But right now we're at that point where we just might break down and not even try to move to the upside again. And you know, we might break down and then probably come touch this bottom part of the channel, this downsloping channel again, and try to bounce off that. And that wouldn't be necessarily that bad, but it wouldn't be bullish for sure, man. And that potentially could bring that cross of the 200 over the 20 MA, which would then bring that that cross that could potentially see price action to the downside a little bit stronger, right? Yeah. Can you guys see me? I think the stream dropped momentarily, man. Am I still live? Do please confirm, because I just got a notification that said OBS disconnected. And then actually dropped to 0 frames or 0 kilobits per second, and then it just confirmed reconnection. So please let me know if I'm still live. And okay, so cool, I'm still here. I'm not sure, man. I am connected wired, so I shouldn't have that problem. That was a very weird drop, man. So do you guys want to look at something else? The stream is off. What's that something on? Yeah, try refreshing. Maybe if you close the app and reload. I mean, I'm not sure, man. It dropped me, but apparently John Smith can still see me, so I'm not sure if Benny and William James are still here. If the stream, you restarted YouTube. Okay, you can see me then. Okay, cool. Awesome. So yeah, it kind of dropped me for some reason, man. That was kind of weird. Thank you guys for tuning back in again. I guess we lost some people that might not know that we are still here. And that's awkward because on my phones that I have, I was still on and I could still see myself. So I didn't get quite disconnected. That's why I didn't know if you guys could see me yet. Yeah, anyways, yeah, it was kind of weird. Do you guys want to look at something else? Do let me know. At least for the 5 of us that are still here. You're watching Bitcoin? Yeah, I think everyone's watching Bitcoin. I'm watching Bitcoin too. I'll go into 1 hour, man. Look, like I said, dude, you're starting to eat back up this candle, right? So again, you potentially flag a little bit and then try to rise up again and maybe make less positive momentum, and then you kind of like just go downhill, right? Again, I don't want this to go downhill because we're gonna get that dead cross and potential more price action to the downside, which wouldn't be good. Could potentially bring that crypto winter everyone's so afraid of, but not necessarily the best, right? Where are we at here, man? You guys like the smaller time scales too. See, we're starting to round off here. Bouncing off that 20 MA, rejecting lower prices, new candle opening up on the 15 minute. So that's it if you want to go micro though. I wouldn't go farther low than this. Let's look at the 5 minute, man. In the 5 minute, sitting below 20 MA, rejecting the 20. Counter running off with a new candle opening red. Like, look at the 1 minute, man. this is gonna be trippy, man. On the 1 minute, bearish divergence, price action to the upside. You got it, man. Nice. You're here. You're going higher with price, higher in the momentum again. You're going with the market. You shouldn't drop. You should be going higher, right? Crypto winner is an opportunity to buy more at Black Friday discounts. Yes, it is certainly an opportunity to buy more, man. Anyways, look at this, man. Bearish divergence. Bullish divergence. Bullish divergence, right? Like bearish divergence, sorta. And then from here to here again, bullish divergence, right? Again, another low with lesser negative, and then again, bullish divergence from here to here, man. This is higher, man. I'm probably tripping, man. Yeah, it's about the same price. So you're going from here to here, then, right? You have triple bullish divergence, and you just managed to make this small pop, and then kind of like flagging down a little bit. From here, you might get another run up. I mean, if this was to play out, right, on the 1 minute scale. I'm not sure how fun this is gonna be. You're doing a bull flag right now, sorta. Yeah, kind of like wedge, maybe. And you might move to the upside again, you know, and maybe on the 1 hour. How many? Man, the 1 minute is freaking weird, man. Let's go into the 1 hour. You still have 10 minutes before you close this candle, so again, you might undo this negative and then close maybe at uncertainty doji. That's just like a dash, right? A dash with legs. Anyways, that's it, man. I'm not sure what else you guys want to look at. If there's nothing else, then we'll call it a stream for tonight. It was a good stream, man. I'm happy. We had a lot of people show up. It was fun. Then the stream kind of crapped up on us, and you know, that's fine. But it was a fun stream, man. I'm happy, and the market is good right now. So again, I'm also happy. That's an interesting bit of information, Benny. 2 billion worth of value transfer every single day using the Bitcoin network. That's interesting. Bitcoin 20K 2019. Yeah, man. I'm not sure about that one, man. Yeah. So, good stuff, right? Now going back, a third party could verify transaction, or could they have stopped any of them if they wanted to? Yeah, that sounds like something a Rhythm Trader would say, man. Am I right? Did you get that from Rhythm Trader? Rhythm Trader? Because he makes those kind of arguments all the time, man. It's kind of weird, right? We picked up a new subscriber, like earlier on. I'm not sure when, but it's not showing up in the feed. The one I have, the last one that I have that signed up, at least the one that shows me here, it's like 5 days ago. That's pretty weird. You copied that from Twitter? Yeah, it sounded like, but it sounds like something a Rhythm Trader would say. Anyways, let's find something to look at for 10 minutes so we can close this candle and then we can see where we're at. I'll probably go and find and look at Link. What is happening with Link? We're definitely going higher, right? The momentum and making high, so no divergence here. Discernible. Again, you're probably going with the market. High, higher. That's fine. Was it Rhythm Trader? Yeah, dude, he types shit like that all the time. If it was Rhythm Trader, right? Like, he types stuff like that all the time, man. And he retypes the same stuff over and over and over again, man. Like a couple times a day. I hadn't seen the Twitter yet. I haven't seen his tweet, but it sounds like stuff he posts up all the time. Yeah, Rhythm Trader. Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, he posts that tone, like, and type of argument is the type of comments he makes all the time. You can look at them, and a lot of them are repeated throughout the day, and at least within the same week, he makes the same comments over and over. So he might change a little things, right? But in the end, more or less the same style. So yeah. It was easy to tell that it was his, man. And if it's not his, then it's fine. It sounds like something he would say. But if it is him, then yeah, it's something that he would say, right? Anyways, this on the 1 hour, breaking down. Not having any divergence here. So again, you're good, right? Not in the 1 hour. Let's go into the 4 hours. You're just going with the market with this. This, sorry, on the 1 hour. This does have all the possibilities to actually make something like this, you know? Like a channel, like this will be like a flag, right? More or less. I'm actually gonna put it in a channel because I think it's gonna fit better. Something like that. And then this will be a bull flag, potential price action to the upside, right? Having some resistance at that mid part of the channel right now, right? Rejecting it. But here you don't have any divergence. That's why I said this could play out here to more price action to the upside. However, if Bitcoin goes down, this will go down, right? So again, Bitcoin likely to go down, so this likely to go down as well. Now, on the 4 hours, man, are you doing something here? Again, yeah, that impulse up, consolidation, impulse up, down sloping consolidation. Again, bullish. Price action to the upside, right? Low, high, low, high. You're going with the market. You're fine, man. Link is looking really good. However, I'm not sure if this is going to, like, fire off because Bitcoin might bring it down. Man, this looks really good for Link. On the daily, making a red candle, man. After an impulse up, though, you're starting to consolidate on the daily. That is okay. You're not making anything bearish here, right? Low, high, again, low to high momentum. You're fine. This is looking really good, man. Except that you are overbought, man. You're at 70.19 on the daily. You are at, like, getting into neutral zone on the 4 hour at 69.19. And you are hitting a little bit more of that 54, so more neutral on the 1 hour. So, you know. The moment my stream started, yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have started the stream, right? And Bitcoin could have kept on running up. Nah, my stream started here, man, at 9. Yeah, we hit the top, man. We had that divergence developed, right? We confirmed it with the 8 p.m. closing, starting on the 9 p.m. You know, that's why we're breaking down. You know, here. So, you know. Not my fault Bitcoin did that. You know, it was going to do it. I already knew that. I kind of saw it coming, dude. The moment we started to make this movement, right? At 8 p.m. And we were failing to go higher in the momentum, right? There was no way we were going to get this high in momentum, dude. So we were going to make divergence no matter what. So, yeah, it was just congruent that I started my stream and Bitcoin kind of like top right now. But, you know, again, potentially flag around here, try to get up higher, and then, you know, fail to make that. Other stuff that could happen, right? I mean, it could be valid, man, and it could invalidate this divergence, right? The price could go like this, right? And then you probably get somewhere around here on that momentum, right? And maybe the divergence won't be to here, but it would be up to here, right? But from here to here, you wouldn't have it, right? You would just have to play longer. And it could happen, right? It wouldn't be bad or weird. I mean, and still, here, you're probably going to get up to here, right? And then you break down from there. It can happen. It's valid, man. We didn't talk about that at the beginning, but it could certainly happen as well. Anyways, that's it. 4 more minutes till we get that candle close, and then once we candle close, it's looking like we're reversing a lot of that. Maybe at the bottom where we closed these channels, so it's good. I mean, bulls are rejecting lower prices. We'll see, man. I mean, it's still very this developed just now. We're getting that price action to the downside again. I'm not sure how strong it's going to be. If we get to the 20 MA, that's fine. We might bounce off there. Try to make higher prices, That's it. Yeah, this started to go down because secretly I started to sell a lot, right? And I'm actually pushing this price down with my sales. I have a bot selling all this, man. I'm selling a shitload of Bitcoin just to get this down, but it's hard to keep it down because people keep on buying, and I'm gonna run the supply to sell, and then they're gonna end up pushing upwards again. So they're gonna foil my plans. I'm kidding, man. I don't have that much Bitcoin to manipulate the market or even move it. Like I think if I buy and sell like this, wouldn't even move, man. Like in 3 days of buying and selling, That'd just be like a straight line, man. I wouldn't like dent the market. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, what else, man? Did I find other news? I did find another article that I was looking at. Yes, undercover well. Yeah. I had an article that I wanted to touch a couple days ago, and I kind of lost the link. And it was an article that I had open, and where is that article? I think it was 2 days ago. I have to go and look at my notes from 2 days ago real quick. Well, streamer, yeah. That'll be funny, though. Oh, man. Where is this article, man? Did I have on the Bitcoin part? Probably gonna have to look by word. Oh, was it that far back? Nah. It says it was from the 3rd. Maybe it was from the 3rd and I just didn't touch it in a couple days, man. And I didn't put it on the links because it's like controversial article, man. It's this article, man. I found it. It is controversial, guys. Do keep it in mind. I don't want to touch base on it too much. It's this one, man. It says Russia becomes homosexual because of gay coin and sues Apple, man. Some guy bought a coin and apparently is trying to sue Apple because he's saying that he became homosexual because of the coin and now he has a boyfriend. I just thought it was like a weird article, man. I didn't I want to touch it with like delicacy because I don't want to offend anyone, but I just found it like, how can you do that, man? How can you even blame that on a coin, man? It's like crypto made you something like that, it's weird. Yeah. Anyway, someone should make a YouTube channel, like a live stream called Whale Streamer, where he talks, a chandelier in the background and piano music. Yeah, man, that would be funny, man. I'm not sure what would he talk about, man. I mean, I would imagine that channel being more like the guy from like Heineken. I don't always do this, but when I do, I order a Heineken, whatever, man. Like that guy with like a cigar, sitting there and like with maybe like a glass of whiskey, and more like a Hugh Hefner robe on top, sitting on like this big sofa and just talking BS about crypto, right? With the makeup of a clown. Did you just watch The Joker? Maybe for some reason. I haven't seen The Joker yet, but like mentioning a clown and a guy well dressed makes me think of The Joker for some reason. Anyways, like, look, man, we're starting to make a green candle. Yay, new hour, man. 2 minutes, bumping up, right? I'm doing the previous candle. Let's see what happens, man. This candle's still very young. Like I said, could potentially come up here. Still do less negative momentum, and then we break down, right? So, anyways. You seen it at home today? How did you see it at home, dude? Did you, like, watch it off stream? Are you a pirate? Arr! Stuff like that. Yeah, I heard it was good, man. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I do want to see that, for sure. XMB, you program boxes, dude? How much stuff do you do, man? You sell chandeliers. You're an electrician. You program boxes. You're gonna tell me that you go on the streets at night as well, man? I mean, come on, bro. You do a lot of stuff, man. Buy the shield, go on YouTube to unlock it. Okay. The Nvidia shield? Is that the one? The one that also serves for gaming? Or am I missing the shield, man? I'll look for that one, man. Yeah, I know. Nvidia shield. I know which one it is. That's pretty cool, man. Apparently, that, if I remember correctly, that kind of has like a controller, right? So you can actually play games because it's run by Nvidia and like a powerful card with it, right? You're on HDMI to your TV. Yeah, but my TV is my TV and my computer are like 20 meters apart. So it's a very long distance, right? It's around 65 feet. Anyways, yeah, Bitcoin's starting to recover a little bit. Might do some of that stuff that we talked about, right? Go a little bit higher, maybe this height. Create that divergence again, and then just like go to the downside, man. Or it might pump higher, man, and undo this one, like I said. Maybe go here and make another divergence, Long cords HDMI, 100 foot, $20. Yeah, but don't you lose quality over distance? Because I know with Ethernet, you lose signal strength over distance as well. So the closer you are, the better. Or at least they have they have a certain length to where they're effective, and then longer than that, you just like lose, right? I might look at something like that, man, for sure. Might certainly make it a little bit better to watch it on the TV. Anyways, guys, we close that candle, You get 4 streams for movies, like even the Joker. What quality, man? It's like on theater, man. Then you get like cameras and then like people laughing and stuff like that. Because I'm not sure if that quality is out there yet for the movie, because it's not out in 4K format. Although it's nice that you get it, though. I mean, I'm just wondering for which movies, right? It's out in the Pirates. Man, you guys. I used to do that when I was in college. I stopped doing it afterwards, man. Like looking at movies like that, and then yeah. So I lost track of all the pay websites where you could get that, right? Yeah, it's cool. Anyways, guys, you know, we close the hour. I think I'm gonna call it a night, sorta. Yeah, have to wait for this to upload to YouTube, share it on media, and then you cancel your Netflix and cable. Yeah, I don't have cable. I just have Netflix. Um, I don't find use for cable. Anyways, guys, like I said, I'm gonna finish the stream today. We can all come back tomorrow and keep on chatting. But right now, that's it for tonight. Again, guys, if you like what we do, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell. Go show this video to your friends, man. Let them know that we do crypto and they can learn crypto and that is not that hard to get into. And even if they just have a little bit of curiosity, they can come and learn with us if they're interested. And then I do appreciate that you guys do retweet my stuff, right? Benny and William. I do know that you guys do it. So, and David as well, he retweets it or at least likes it on Facebook and stuff like that. You got like bringing awareness to the channel is gonna make it grow. I'm sure of that. But I want to thank you guys for doing it. So, anyways, guys, I'm up for the night. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Stay safe. Keep watching the market. No, I'm kidding, man. This is probably might drop a little bit, might go up a little bit. I'm still not sure whether it's gonna go. I'm sure that we have this divergence and it's probably play down to the downside. Still not done. But anyways, that's it for tonight, right? I'll look at Ripple real quick before we sign off. Ripple, right? Recovering a little bit, touching that upper part of the channel, rejecting it, and that's it. Anyways, guys, I'm off. I'll thank you all, and I'll catch you tomorrow.